Radio Gloucestershire, 7 minutes past 10. Now, the movement's been going since 1907. Kate Middleton is one of the newest recruits, and it's recently been growing in popularity. The Scouts have groups across the world, and here in Gloucestershire, there's been a steady increase in membership. And last night, young leaders from the Cheltenham Scouts group were presented with Team of the Year certificates from Cheltenham's Volunteer of the Year Awards. Matt Gardner is from Gloucestershire Scouts, is with me in the studio, and Alison Joe as well, who are two young leaders who are presented with certificates. Good morning to all of you. Thanks for coming in.
Morning.
So, now, I know, Alice, you weren't at the award ceremony last night, because you just told me. Joe was, and Joe, it's your 18th birthday.
That it is, yeah.
Happy birthday to you.
Thank you, yeah.
You can sing to him if you want.
I don't think
no,
we'll leave
still
that.
too early for that.
That'd be better for the listeners.
Joe's the singer.
So,
Joe's the singer, actually.
yeah, musician as well, apparently. So, Joe, tell me about what it felt like, first of all, to get the award.
It was great, yeah. It's really nice to get some recognition, because there's so many people that do it around the county.
There's so much hard work to put in as well.
Yeah, and it's just kind of nice that people are noticing what we do, and I mean, yeah, it shows when we win something like it's a really good award to get, and we're up against some really good other volunteers that didn't get the award. So we're really, really glad to see what we're doing is being noticed, and it's nice to be told thanks.
I was quite intrigued to find out that you could be a leader, scout leader at your age. Now, no insult, Matt, but you're a bit older, and I thought it would be sort of like, you know, people who perhaps are of working age and have got a bit of experience under their belts that go and become scout leaders. I didn't know that you could do that at their age.
Yeah, it's one of the great things about scouting, actually. We really encourage young people to develop in all areas, including with young leadership. I mean, peer mentoring and peer work is one of the best ways for young people to learn, and that's what we try and do by bringing young people from about the age of 14 into leadership. We give them some basic training in child protection and risk assessments, and then get them involved with sections with the Beavers, Cubs and Scouts, and they really do work well because they can sort of associate with the young people being sort of closer to their age, and it really does help bring their skills along.
So, Alice, do you actually run your own group? Or?
I don't run the actual group, but because I'm only a young leader, I can't take the responsibility and say this is my group, but I do on every Monday evening. I help out at a Beaver group, and it's just if a leader needs we are backup. It's if a leader says I need 2 minutes to plan something off the top of your head, you know, you need a game or you need an activity that can just keep them not, or just make them sure they're not bored at all sometimes, because obviously they have a smaller concentration.
So you have to think on your feet then,
yeah.
don't you? Yeah. And do you like that responsibility of being a leader?
I do, because I'm the oldest one at my group, so I feel it, because I've been doing it for about 4 years now. I do feel quite responsible for my group and what I do, but yeah, I definitely like it.
Can I just say, by the way, it's impressive to see you come in with uniform on and loads of badges, because that's what I expect from Scouts. Loads of sewn-on badges. Joe, do you want to take me through what some of those badges mean?
Yeah, okay. That one there, that's a Cotswold Marathon. That's a hike that people do every year over the Cotswolds, which is 36 miles, which is a marathon, plus 10 miles through the middle of the night, which takes quite a while. This year I did it in 16 hours non-stop walking, which is
I'm
painful.
always on a base for that one.
Well done.
Some other ones, I've got the contingent badge for a group of us. There were 36 of us this summer that went to Sweden with the World Scout Jamboree, which was a really good experience.
Unbelievable. That was the highlight of my scouting career, was seeing Europe live in Sweden.
It was great.
It was amazing.
It was a 3-week event, starting with it was all the British people, which was quite a few
all of the UK contingents got together in Denmark, and then we spent 2 days there.
Yeah.
And we went on an amazing boat ride, and then it was Sweden, and then afterwards there was home hospitality, and so we got to stay with families and pairs and couples in Germany afterwards as well.
This is great. I mean, do you get fed up with the press that young people get?
Yes.
You know, there's so much bad feeling about young people.
I think it's very easy for people to stereotype, because, like, for example, when I say that I'm a scout, everyone goes, "Oh, don't you do guides?" And go, "No, why should I want to?" And so it's very easy for people to say, "Oh, look, one person's done something bad, that must mean they're all bad." But you can't take one person as a representative for an entire generation. So,
Joe?
Yeah, I completely agree. Yeah, I mean, it's not. We do get recognition, but it's a lot easier to focus on the bad points other than the good points. But I mean, if you look in any place, any part of England, you'll find definitely scouts, definitely young leaders. They're everywhere. So yeah, I mean, even if they
Kinda
get bad press,
I think the young people generally are sort of fighting back against this reputation, actually. Seeing a massive influx in scouting at the moment. I mean, 16% rise in young people in the Explorer section, 14 to 18, coming in, really wanting to make a difference. It's also like they're putting their hand up and saying, look, we aren't what you think we are. We really want to do help around the community. And around Gloucestershire and Cheltenham, particularly with this award, it's being recognised finally that young people are like these two. They just do so much and spend their summer in Sweden representing scouting, nights of the week doing young leaders work, and still have time to do their A-levels at the moment. I mean, it's amazing what young people can actually do.
And at a time as well when youth services are shrinking and youth clubs are closing down, this is a chance to get involved. Does it rely entirely on volunteers then? Are you a volunteer, Matt?
Yeah, everybody in scouting really that runs the day-to-day meetings are volunteers. Some people don't know that, and it's again young leaders as well supporting that make it possible. But so one thing, I mean, it's at the moment the waiting lists are massive. We need more leaders, and people are sometimes scared about volunteering, but they really don't need to be. We're not going to make you do every week. If you can give us an hour a month, that's great. If you can give us 2 hours a week, even better. It's what Kate Middleton has come in and improving to the country, really, is that whoever you are, whatever you do, whatever you can commit to us, we'll grab your hand and take it. And that is brilliant. She's showing that to all volunteer organisations across the country, that you can give a little bit and make a massive difference. And that's what we're hoping more people will do.
Cheesy motto of every little helps.
I mean, Alice, tell me why you decided Scouts over Guides, first of all, and what do you think you're going to take with you from scouting into your life?
Well, I didn't initially decide to do Scouts. Most of my childhood was spent in Canada, and so we came back and because we lived here before we went, so a man that my mum knew said, would Alice like to try at the local scout group, because he helped out there before he had to stop coming. And I went along and I said, Mum, I love it. And that was 8 years ago, and I've never looked back. And I get so emotional sometimes when I talk about it, but I could not imagine my life without it, because I have probably quadrupled the amount of people, the amazing amount of people that I know just through scouting. And the stuff that I'm going to take is, like, for example, at Beavers, I have to encourage discipline, because you can't have 26 to 8-year-old boys and girls running around a hall all at the same time. You have to be able to put your foot down and put your hand up and say, I am talking, you need to listen to me, because you need structure and you need discipline. And I know that makes us sound very kind of youth group and very strict, but it's just a really small thing. And I think the amazing thing that Scouts has is just the respect that we can show, like when we have our remembrance services, because we do have a huge parade for Remembrance Day and St George's Day, and we had to really get involved. And so it's nice to see that as a role model for some people in the community, that the respect is what you need, because otherwise you can't get anything done.
And Joe, what are you going to take from scouting into your life?
It's been something that I've always enjoyed, and I'm going to take back so many good memories. I mean, I've been doing it since I was a cub, and that seems like years ago. And ever since I've joined, I've been going away to places. I went to Scotland on my first big camp, and it was amazing being around. I mean, being so small and being around this big country and going on big hikes, it seemed amazing. And then every year since then, I've spent at least a week in the summer on a scout camp, and then almost pretty much a weekend a month, it seems like. And it's so many good things. I've got so many good skills as well. I mean, I've taken up scuba diving through scouting.
Ukulele playing. Out of the 36 of us that went to Sweden, 23 of us.
I think 26 in the end.
26 of us took ukuleles with us.
It's just so much fun. You get so much fun out. I mean, it is. You wouldn't do it if it wasn't fun, and that's why we do Young Leaders as well. So you've enjoyed yourself, and also you're really well trained, and you know you can do something later on that's going to be really useful as well. So like now, I'm really keen to get into being a full leader.
I think Joe picks up on a good point there in the fact that we're giving them skills and accrediting those. making these young people have life skills that they can prove with certificates, badges, D.A.V., for instance.
Especially
We offer that.
for me and Joe going into university. Universities don't like just say what you can do, but show. And this is an amazing way of showing that we have these skills.
They need more than A-levels these days to get into the top flight universities, and Scouting offers that.
Congratulations to you, well done, and on the award as well, the volunteering award. And I never did Cubs or Scouts when I was little.
You missed out.
I did. I did a bit of cadets, but you've made me want to get my children involved in this. Definitely, just hearing you talk, it's really exciting. Thank you for coming in today, guys.
No problem. Thank you.
To Alice King, to Joe Coxon, and also to Matt Gardner as well. And what is your group called? Just so we make sure we get it exactly right.
I came from two. I was Stuffed Penguins as well as Devil's Chimney, and Joe's another member.
I'm Devil's Chimney, as well as Octopus, which is a scuba diving unit, and we're all part of YL, which is a Young Leaders Training Unit.
Yeah, generally part of Cheltenham Scouting and cheltenhamscouts.org.
Lovely.
Find us.
Yeah, go there. There's a waiting list, but you'll get there.
Yeah, you will.
Great to meet you all today, and thanks for coming in. It's 17 minutes past 10, BBC Radio Gloucestershire, and here's Crosby, Stills and Nash.